Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, it's showtime. Hi guys. I'm back again. You can't get rid of me that easily. Even if you want to. Actually, you can. You can just watch something else. I'll cry, but you won't be able to watch it if you're watching something else. So it's kind of a conundrum. Here we are. Back again. Find a source for cold-resistant eggshells. It's got to be the griffin eggs. Good evening to whomever has joined me, and welcome. Hi, how you doing? More winter berries. Winter berries is the primary reason why there's pretty much always players around here.
These ice brood must be stopped.
Gosh, yes, these ice brood must be stopped.
Ooh. The griffins in this copse are protected. What is your business?
I need
here?
eggshells.
Hey there. I'm looking for ingredients for some magic recipe.
Magic.
Maybe you'd know where they'd be?
Magic.
What ingredients, may I ask?
Yes. Winter berries.
Got it.
Cold-resistant eggshells.
Don't got it.
Frostbitten suet.
Got it.
A firestone.
Don't got
and
it.
a hot spring.
That's the last
Have you
one.
seen these?
You could help find abandoned griffin eggs. They're under piles of snow. Quaggan would love you forever.
That's creepy.
The griffin mothers are being killed by the Svanir before they can sit upon the eggs and warm them.
Yeah.
We are warming them ourselves.
I don't even want to know.
Sit on them?
No,
Great
they have an
gracious,
incubator.
no. We put them in the incubator.
It incubates the eggs so it can hatch. Snow griffin eggs can survive in the cold for months, just waiting to be warmed up.
I'll see if I can find any unhatched eggs
For instance, 8 feet away, that you're too lazy to get. Into the incubator. Okay. Worst part about this is going to be listening to the Quaggan every time. Go.
Ooh, that one's especially cute.
Eggs are not cute, okay? Eggs are just eggs. Perhaps the chick that will come out of it will be cute. That's possible. I acknowledge that's a possibility.
You don't have to thank Quaggan. Quaggan takes care of the baby griffins because it's fun. Have you seen them?
God damn it.
Adorable.
Frickin'.
Buster!
Oh, food.
Kill them all!
This one is so sweet.
It's sweet. What, are you eating it? You're not supposed to eat them? You just can't trust a Quaggan. I got a cold-resistant eggshell. And a firestone. You didn't have any advice about the firestone, did you? Did you guys? No. Bink, bink. Well, there was a green arrow in that direction. It has now vanished. No. It's just not on the minimap anymore. Flexible sticks. Well, who amongst us doesn't need some more flexible sticks? Talk to Nuga Dizdiz. Veteran Hooga Dizdiz. New phone, Hooga Dizdiz.
You! Who you? What you want?
Hello. I come in peace, seeking allies against the Svanir.
Any enemy of the Svanir is a friend of ours. It's okay, Hooga. We can talk.
Hooga Dizdiz.
Talking, always talking.
Well, you're
Those
talking
who
right
aren't
now,
already
Huga.
corrupted by Jormag must work together if any of us are to survive.
I'm glad to hear that. I'm looking for ingredients that will help in a fight against an ice brood.
What do you seek?
A firestone, and the whereabouts of hot springs.
A firestone. The Grawl here have them,
But I'll have
but
to
you'll
earn
have
their
to
respect.
earn their respect, or they'll never give you one.
By killing ice broods,
What's the strategy?
trolls, and building
How should I go
shrines
about
to Chokakuka.
They love their goddess. If you construct a shrine to honor her, I am confident they would reward you. And
says
please be
shrines.
as respectful as possible with them. We need this alliance to last.
It's tough to, take them serious when their leader, or whatever, is named Huga Diz Diz. Just mithril. Ooh, they have chickens. Mmm. More just regular mithril. I mean, I need lots of mithril. I burn through mithril really fast. Is there an exit here? Maybe? Possibly? Yes, there is. What is it? I need chicken feathers, shiny ice, as opposed to some other kind of ice. I'm not sure which kind. Let me help you kill that spooter. Because I'm helpful. That's just the kind of guy I am. I'm helpful.
Kill them all!
Like that. So I help this person, and I will help myself then to a couple of winter berries. Looking for flexible sticks and shiny ice. Not sure what other kind of ice there is, really, but okay.
Refreshing.
The ice is just a little kind of, shiny. Sort of a default thing. But the sticks and shiny ice, at least, are visible on the map, which is a plus. Pardon me, I need a flexible stick. Winterberries.
Kill them all!
Another flexible stick. Shiny ice. It says chicken feathers. I don't know if they actually have to be chicken feathers, though. Is that all the ice I need? No, I need one more shiny ice. So, shiny ice. And that will be the shiny ice. Couple more winter berries.
Pillage!
Maybe in their caves, actually. Oh, you little... There we go. I wanted that bit of volatile... No. Unbound magic. Volatile's the more valuable one of them, too, I think. Well, there were chickens in there, so I'm going to assume that there's chicken feathers in there, because I haven't seen chickens any other place. Also, it appears that the green area is there, so... there's something going on here. An event of some kind. We have blocks of stone. Charmag has summoned a blizzard to extinguish Coda's flame. That's outside. Blocks of stone. I have to pick these up and carry them to the dude with the thing.
Do you need my help? Life is a trial. Coda the judge and Coda the jury.
I'm also looking for chicken feathers. No, not seeing them. Maybe I have to pluck them off the poor chickens. That seems rude. I mean, this is a cold place. Nod knocks. Good evening. We kick the chicken multiple times. Oh, we kick them and they give us feathers. This is obviously animal cruelty. And yet, soothing. Build a beautiful shrine to the Graal's goddess Choco-Kuka. Lots of trolls through here, but I want the POI, so I'm going in. How to rename it? I believe it uses the same function as the ranger pets for that, even though it's not listed. So I think it's like an F4. At least that was what it was, and I haven't renamed mine for quite some time. It was whatever the same key is to open it up for. Nope. It says click on the F4 tooltip. Sorry. If you've rebound stuff, that might have changed. You can also try left-clicking to select it and then right-clicking on the picture of it. That might do it.
My friend and I keep an eye on things around here. I suggest you respect our authority.
Dismissed.
Affirmative.
Oh, more iron. Iron. Alright, Hooga Diz Diz. I'll repeat my joke. New phone, Hooga Diz Diz.
Oot! Oot!
Oot Oot.
Kuka
Right click
happy.
on the summon
Shrine
icon for the
good.
bot to rename. There you go.
I'm glad Choco-Kuka likes it.
Ook is good.
They might have added
Ah,
a function
stone
or
for you.
changed the function.
Just what I needed. I don't suppose you know where I could find fresh, hot, very hot water, do you?
Yes, indeed. There are springs not far from here. You will find very
Now
hot water.
I shall break you.
Thank you.
You're going to have
And
to
good luck.
really
Long live
pick up your game
Choco-Kuka.
to do better than Dave the Murder Bot.
All done.
Alright, well, we got that done, and next we are off to exactly where? Ah, back there. Well, the weather's gone to crap while I've been gone. In the Graal cave. Champion. A couple of players. I'm going to help out the other players. Hard to believe, I know, but there it is.
Kill them all. Stand. Feel my wrath.
We'll res this guy. Oh, were you going to go with like Ed 209? That would be my guess, because that would be my choice.
Pillage.
You could have even upgraded him to Ed 309. anyone not getting the reference, Ed 209 was the big two-legged bot that appeared in the first RoboCop movie.
Stand your ground. I feel strong.
I killed a couple of champions. Because they're bad guys.
Pillage.
They were all bad.
Affirmative.
ABC 80. Ah, okay. That is entirely correct. He was challenged by the stairs and lost. ABC 80 was a personal computer engineered by the Swedish corporation Data Industria AB and manufactured in Luxor. In the casino in Las Vegas? In Motala, Sweden, by Luxor. In the late 70s and early 80s, it was introduced to the market on August of 1978. That was just before I was going to begin my college education. Shortly before I bought my Apple II Plus. However, you get full marks for the reference you wanted to make for your mech. Another event going on here. Ask Farmer Smooba. Of course, why was I thinking that I wouldn't have to ask Smooba? Of course I need to ask Smooba. Smooba knows everything.
Stand your ground. Oh, that had to hurt.
I am taking a lot of damage. Am I taking just ground effect damage from the cold? Or I should say not ground effect, but air effect damage from the cold? Because that's what it seems like it must have been. What is the event here? Ice Brood. We need to murder Ice Brood. I can do that. I am, in fact, somewhat expert at killing of Ice Brood, but mostly there seem to be mushrooms around, not Ice Brood. Event was successful.
What? Quaggan is not dead?
Quaggan is not dead? Quaggan loves you. No, no kissing.
Remarkable.
Quaggan is not dead?
Thank you.
Thank you.
Terrifying. Where'd Farmer Smooba go? That's Smooba. Nope. Yep, that's Smooba.
Ooh. Are you friend or foe?
I don't know.
Friend, I mean you no harm.
Do I? Is that really true?
Quaggan is very glad. Quaggan doubts Quaggan could outrun you.
Quaggan could probably
Though
outswim
Quaggan
me,
would
but not
try.
outrun me.
You don't have to. I'm here for the hot springs. I heard they were the hottest interior.
One of them is hottest. Not for bathing or swimming like the others. Only for cooking. Why do you need water so hot?
I have to make an elixir that'll get me into the bitter cold. Once there,
I don't know
I
why
plan
he
to
licks
kill
her,
one of Jormag's
but she's
minions.
not complaining. But hey, I've got
Oh, boo!
a dozen of them. I use a lot
Quaggan
of same chips.
fears for you. You must not do something so foolish.
Foolish.
I'm resourceful. Now, where's that hot
Hot,
spring?
right behind me, maybe?
What you seek is not far, but Quaggan will not show you where.
Well, you'll be running
you run
away from your
towards
death and
death.
failing to do so if you don't tell
I'm
me.
not going to die.
That would be well advised. Goodbye. Probably forever. So sad.
No, you're not. You actually get joy from this. I know you do. Cook the elixir. Presumably, that's the place, or is that the place? Do we have a... We don't actually have a specific locale. That's a place to place herbs. That's just water. It's apparently not the super hot water. Well, first of all, I'm going to check and see if this person is resable. Well, we'll see if I res them and they promptly get murdered by NPCs, by mobs again. But it is my way to res the poor unfortunates. I have been playing some of Torchlight Infinite. Haven't seen much of the League mechanic yet, the new mechanic for the new season. But the game seems to be still in a good shape. I also got an alpha key for Core Punk. Okay, that's not it. Is this it? This is it. Got everything I need. Make an elixir.
Stuff makes my nose twitch.
That's not how a cat sneezes.
Only if you count fighting Svanir in Icebrut.
Cats sneeze more like...
Oh, just another day on the job, huh? Well, I wanted to know whether you'd had
spit
any
all over
luck
myself,
finding an
don't I?
altered minion.
All the ones I'm seeing are normal. But I have a lead on something. I'm working on getting to where it is.
If I were a supposing kind of genius, which I am, I'd suppose that Primordus must have soaked up more Mordremoth energy. Maybe proximity matters, and since Jormag's so far away, it didn't receive as much Morty juice.
Makes sense.
That's a really gross
That would
way of putting
explain
it.
why I'm not seeing any altered ones yet. I'll keep looking, though.
Try not to get killed in the process, okay? I'd miss our little talks. Bye-bye. Over
It's
awesome.
it's all about you. We know this. Put those away. Penetrate the very heart of the bitter cold. Can't open the icebound chests because you need to have fire. Oh, are they... That was very nice. Well, I'm going into the fiery fire of flaming fieriness? Maximal flamosity? Double secret flambation points? The bitter cold discovered. Penetrate to the very heart. Find a way to melt the waterfall.
I'm ready.
That was easy. Hunt Jormag's abomination. Another POI. I'm going in. I would like to continue my story, The Bitter Cold. And we just changed maps, so we got our daily batch of stuff to pick up. sure I can find something better to have in that place. Let's see. An additional stun break. Yeah, we'll try that. Also, it will convert my
That is definitely not a regular ice brew.
candies into buffs. That could be useful. What does it? Put down the abomination. Oh, I think it requires like the explosions from the larvae, so I need to stop killing the larvae. It's been a long time since I did this one. I've only done it, I think, once before, maybe twice. Vulnerable to bursts of plant and death magic. Yep.
I feel strong.
Memory serves, the first time I did this. I ran out of undead larvae to mess up. No. Yep. It's poor. Poorly done by me.
I feel strong. Feel my wrath.
Maybe. I think we've got enough.
Strong.
I feel strong, guys. I feel strong. I feel invincible. Alright, we got it. Retrieve Timy's sample.
Timmy will be pleased.
Timmy will be pleased. Doopy-dee-doopy-doop-doop. So it looks like, in fact, it's only the explosions that affect them. The other stuff I did wasn't doing any damage, I don't think.
Pillage.
Pillage. Remember that.
Power flow.
That's the kind of
at
char
30%.
wisdom, you know, you
Rerouting.
just don't get enough of these days. Pillage. Right on. I do not believe I have permission to stream Corepunk Alpha. Here I am playing Guardian. This is a character I created just to play through the storyline, but Guardian is my most played class, and it's the one I can kind of play with my brain in neutral, because I've played it so much. Most of the rest of the classes I might have one spec that I'm competent at, or that I consider myself competent at, so I'm playing Guardian. Oh, yeah, back over here to Deep Water and Varanos Flubbert. Don't know if that's a name, Varanos, or Flubbert sounds like a... Definitely sounds like a Quaggan name, though. Just coming back, I was trying out Thief. Thief can be a little bit glass cannon-y. I don't know the exact current state of quality builds on Thief. Most of my Thief play has been pistol, which has improved a lot. They reduced the cost of, I think it's the 3 button, which is like fires 8 shots. They reduce the cost by 1 initiative, and so if you build like a pistol Deadeye, you can just keep freaking shooting non-stop.
Dragon Slayer, I am delighted to see that you have survived your foray into our beautiful countryside. I took down some ice.
You give it the skill that
I'm afraid I
gives it a little bit of life leech every time it hits something, and since you're shooting 8 times, every time you hit the 3 key, you get 8 little bursts of healing. You get the penetration skill, and that way if you can line up mobs, you can hit multiple mobs at the same time with what is primarily a single target skill.
There were no survivors. That is quite distressing. Thank you for returning to let us know. We have news on your lost friend as well.
I believe Daredevil
The Svanir are looking for him. They tortured
was going
this
well, or
farmer
maybe
to
I've got
find
that
out where he
reversed,
went.
and it was
Svanir who lurched.
Staff
What did they say?
Deadeye. I know Deadeye's been pretty good.
Oh,
And
the
as always, it
sorcerer
always
was
depends on
mean.
which
wanted to know
game
if
mode you're going to
Quaggan
be
had
playing at the
seen
end
a
game.
tall
Well,
lord
leveling you should be fine by
bald
playing
like
anything that
Quaggan.
sounds like fun.
He made Quaggan tell him where the Norn went. Quaggan didn't want to, but even more, Quaggan didn't want to die.
It's okay. Did he say why he was looking for Bram?
Yes, many times. He was angry because he thinks the Norn wore a disguise and tricked the Svanir out of an elixir
That was me.
recipe.
I did that.
A disguise? And trick them? Oh no. I'll have to send Timy's sample by courier.
If
I need
memory
to find
serves,
Bram.
the upcoming
He
quest
was
with Bram
headed to a
is
cave in the
unfun.
southwest. You might be able to follow
Prepare
the
for
Svanir
more
tracks.
whining from Lens. All right. This instance I remember as being bad. Lots of dodging unpleasant effects on the ground, if memory serves. Granted, it has been a long time, so I could be mistaken. May not turn out to be bad at all, but my money's on yeah, I'm gonna be whining. All right, in we go. Frozen out. You know, give me just a sec. My frustration in these sort of things can be greatly reduced if I check real quick on the walkthrough. After entering the cave, you meet Rox and Bram, fighting a group of Svanir, you help them. Around the bend, you run into multiple packs of wolves which you need to kill before continuing. Find yourself overwhelmed, try climbing the rock stack in the middle of the cave and attacking at range. Around the next bend, you'll be ambushed by cave spiders. Kill these to continue. As you continue escorting Rox and Bram, you'll be ambushed by ice elementals, which you must kill to continue. In a large room, you see the ice beast and its minions along with the scroll that Bram's been looking for. To injure the ice beast, you needed to get it to charge into its minions. Right before the charge, you'll see an arrow on the ground indicating the direction. You can get out of the way yourself and correctly position the ice beast. Once the minions are all dead, you can interact with the scroll. That's me making a pained noise. Not actually physically in pain yet.
Footprints. The sons of Svanir must not be interested in covering their tracks.
Get off of me!
Guard! Commander! Take your pick. There's plenty to go around.
Ow, okay. That was not called for nor welcome.
Refreshing.
It's not actually refreshing. I know I said refreshing, but I'm not refreshed. Wow, those things hit hard, and that's one of the reasons why I was not looking forward to this. That did not even seem dodgeable. Oh, good.
Assistance needed.
Thank you, Bram. Is it just fucking one-shotting me? Because that's certainly what the hell it looked like.
I'm wounded.
Thank you, Rocks. When it raises... Oh, and he's hitting me again. Thank you.
Glad you could help. Kill shot.
That's the one, when it raises its sword up.
This isn't over yet.
Oh, more. Joyous. My joy is boundless. Probably shouldn't have started with the elite. That was a mistake. Oh.
Refreshing.
Damn it. God, double damn it. What in the...
I feel strong. Refreshing.
Now it really is pissing me off. Things are not working the way they're supposed to work. Since those jerks are attacking me from range, I figured maybe I could just, I don't know, murder them. Maybe I'd be happier if they were dead. Yeah, nothing quite as fun as a bunch of hit point sponge mobs.
Are you two okay?
Fine.
Goddamn thing.
You steal something from them? They kept calling you a thief.
I'm afraid this is my fault. I had to pose as a Svanir to get their thaw elixir recipe. They must have thought it was you for some reason.
You had to what? Well, it's over now. Rox and I need to keep moving.
Okay, let's go.
Sure. Yeah, sure.
Whiny Bram has never been more whiny than he's going to turn into. Big, sulking baby.
It's good to see you. How's the hunt for the scroll going?
Almost at its end. Or maybe a frustrating beginning. If it's not in this cave system, all my info was wrong, and I'm back at square one. Did Timmy get my letter? I assume that's why you're here.
She did. It was quite a surprise after she learned that... How much do you know about what's happening?
With Jormag? Plenty.
No, that's not the... Primordus is active too.
I heard. These dragons won't rest until we're dust.
Well, Timey has a plan.
I do too. I find a way to kill all the dragons, or die trying.
How about
That's
that
a
second
little
thing?
extreme.
Talk to me after they've taken your mother.
Oh god, you're so whiny.
Something
You didn't
up
even
ahead,
know her
boy.
or like her. Remember that?
Sounds like other wolves.
And the suggestion here was that it can be difficult, so get up on the wall. Oh, jeez.
Refreshing.
Oh, and crippled too. That's perfect.
Nice and lean. Kill them all.
I was just thinking earlier about how much, so much of this stuff is trashed here. Because of the unnecessary amounts of CC. Is that all of them? No, that's not. Guess not. Ah. Alright. I will take the advice so graciously offered. By the wiki and just run up here until all the little wolfies are dead. I'm gonna say, much easier. But something like cripple in a fight, in an instant space, it's just not fun, it's just punitive. More coming, but then far too often. The instant stuff feels punitive instead of fun. That is a lot of freaking wolves. Yeah, I don't see how I would be expected to survive that, frankly.
That was a pretty unfriendly welcome for a fellow wolf, huh?
There we go. Thank you to whoever the wiki writer was who put in, it's easier if you get up on the big rock in the middle.
So, the dragons aren't the only threats. A Mersat, Lazarus, is back, and seems to have changed,
But I'm just going to leave that hanging?
and the human minister Cauticus escaped custody and came out as the leader of the White Mantle. He's currently MIA.
Canuck says it looks like he's making his way up to the Isles of Janthir.
Ooh, that's where we're
It's getting
going!
pretty dark.
In the
Time
expansion.
for some torches and a way out of this cavern.
In about 45 days. In 46 days. New expansion!
Why is the
Housing!
ground sticky?
The air is so still here.
Spooters!
Must be the first people to pass through in a generation.
Spooters. If the floor is sticky and everything's covered with webs, my guess is spooters. Wonder if I can use the rock trick again. Didn't say anything about that in the wiki. Rocks? Rocks, where are you going? I have to speak to rocks. I don't want to stay up on the rock.
You'll have to forgive him, Commander. We've had a pretty tough... Hold up.
No, I don't.
These eggs.
I don't have to forgive him. He's always been a jerk.
Nobody touched.
And now he turns into a complete
Never mind.
asshole.
Frostbite is already covered in spider webs. We tripped their alarm.
Spooters. It did certainly improve the amount of damage you get from the longbow attacks on Guardian. Psych! So, they can reach the top of the rocks. Sadly. And I know we got another wave coming. Right about, yeah, there. That would be my guess, would be there. But I can put a hurting on them. Before they can get to me.
Did you see that? Tell me you saw that.
Alright, and back to the bow.
Back in fighting condition.
Gotta say, this is working pretty well. More big spooters. Oh, another one sneaking up behind me. That's distinctly unfriendly.
I'm wounded. I feel strong. Not enough energy. I make a pretty good champion.
These things have a great many hit points.
That's the last of them. Looks like we might be able to get through there if we can clear that web.
You're in the Elon Riverlands, and the mastery points are all swirling portals that you can't interact with. Those are not mastery points.
That did it.
Those are sand gates. You have to have, I think, the second tier of mastery for the Jackal Mountains to get through those. And those basically will teleport you from one point to another.
It'd be great to have.
On a Jackal, you ride in one
Didn't feel like joining
portal and you
Destiny's
come
Edge
out
and
of another.
continuing their legacy, huh?
Ridlock said, I felt like that might come across as disrespectful.
Disrespectful? To keep the memory of my mother and Snaff going? You and I must have different notions of respect.
Bram, I'm sorry. This isn't the reaction I expected.
It's okay, Commander.
Commander.
Maybe it's for me to keep alive. Another thing thrown on my pile of obligations now that I'm back home.
God, is he whining.
Ram?
That mount
scroll
is
isn't
got
going to
in
find
the
itself.
third map
Let's go.
in Path of Fire.
Ambush!
Oh, good. I'm locked up. The Desolation. Oh, knockbacks. Love those, too. Oh, my God. CC and knockbacks and all kinds of delicious stuff. Thanks, ArenaNet. You know how to make a player feel like he's having fun. Sorry, that's the fourth map. You get one on each of the 5 maps. First map gives you the Raptor. The second map, you go north and get the Springer. Basically, the bunny. Then you go south to Elon Riverlands and get the Skimmer. What did I say?
First line of defense. I'd heard these things were guarding the scroll.
Skimmer is third, Springer is second, Skimmer is third, then the Jackal, and then once you've finished Path of Fire storyline, you can then do the Griffin in the 5th mount.
Let's go.
I have 2. I have a stun break and stability here, and a stun break there. The problem is getting frozen in ice was unbreakable by either. And the amount of CC in these particular episodes can be really unpleasant. So yeah, I mean it's easy. It's a mistake a lot of newer players get, that basically they fill up their utility bars with damage because, well, more damage is good, so it makes sense that people will do that. But the fact of the matter is, especially if you're playing solo at the end game, stun breaks, stability, and Condi Cleanse. This one is a Stun Break and Condi Cleanse, turning Condis into boons. And this one is Stability, Resolution, and a Stun Break. Mind you, I still do have Procession of Blades, which is simply awesome. And Feel My Wrath because I haven't finished out Dragon Hunter yet. So I'm still using that. Quickness and Fury. Hi, Bram.
It's here!
It's here!
Bram, you can't... Let's hold up a second here.
No, he's never going to hold up a second. He's an idiot.
I'll take that, thanks!
Ram, move!
Rock!
Like that, for instance.
I must be able to break the freeze because of the elixir. But rocks...
And all of these rocks. We love not being able to play the game because... there's garbage falling everywhere. And yeah, big hit, and now CC.
Stand your ground.
I am a firm believer in that the solo game content... Nope, not breakable. That the solo game content for storyline stuff needs to be easy in every game. Alright, he's going to run into one of his minions. And that should be damaging him, because I believe that's what... Nope, that's not damaging him. This sort of stuff just... it feels dreadful. It just feels freaking dreadful.
You lose.
Yeah, it's still at 100%, so I'm not sure what I'm supposed to be doing. Oh, trying to get this as an achievement? You know, you're a good person, you seem like. So I'm not going to swear at you for merely mentioning that there's an achievement. These sort of achievements, based on essentially unachievable achievements, are just terrible. And being frozen when my stun break doesn't work.
Regression.
Alright, he's over there. What's he supposed to hit? How you doing, Major Kicks? I must have misread what I'm supposed to do.
It was a fake! They must have decoys to throw us off!
But this kind of stuff, it's beyond frustrating to me. But if you've been around a while, you've heard me whine about it endlessly.
Get me the scroll, and I'll burn it down!
And I'll admit it's whining. But these sort of instances, they're not fun. They're not fun. They're terrible. So I think I've got to pull him in. No, he's going to miss it. I've got to make him hit the Rime-bound servant to kill it. And once they're all dead, I think something else can happen. That should do it. Nope. Nope, he hit the rock instead. And there we go. All right. So now we've got the thing. Can I just grab it?
Scroll.
Endurance drains.
True.
And we've got to slay the beast. All right.
True.
Don't want to go near the jackal mount. Oops. I'll catch that after.
For the might of the this bow. No chill will extinguish its light.
Was that it? Did it work?
I'm not doing any damage to it at all.
Way to find out.
You want to do something down here, Bram? That would be nice. Yes, thank you, Bram. Finally, Bram did something useful. Let's not get used to it, because he's going to be an insufferable... I don't want to use a swear word, so if you don't like swear words, you might want to mute me for a second, because he is going to become an unbearable twat. I use that word because I have British friends who use that word in a much less advised fashion than I'm using it. I'm being quite careful and specific.
Stand your ground.
In using it to describe, he acts like a freaking child. A petulant, spoiled, little jerk of a child. And that's because it's what he is. Missed me, champion ice beast. Got him. Alright, let me scroll back here. Let's see. Major kicks, mostly RNG Chivo. You don't want to go near that Jackal mount yet unless you have the funds to purchase it already. That is a good point, because the price goes up after the first encounter. It does? I didn't know that. I mean, unless they've patched that out. But if I remember, it's like 5 or 10 gold more if you don't purchase the Jackal mount the first time you talk to the NPC. I've heard worse. I can do better. That's true. And I did warn it, because, I mean, I was using it in a very specific fashion. He is at this point in the story.
Yeah. What happened?
You were frozen.
I was frozen?
She got over it.
So weird. It was like a dream, and I was on a beach. You'd think it'd be the opposite.
Well, we're glad you're back.
Did we get the scroll?
Sure did, Rox. Thanks.
And
And
thanks to
now?
me.
This is similar to the scroll Aesgeir used in his great victory. So now I test the bow on the tooth in the Great Hall. If I damage it, it's time to rally the Norn and lay Jormag
More
to
fire
rest.
for us to hate Bram
Bram,
with for all of
you
my...
can't-
he's just so
Let's hold up a second
insufferable
here.
from this
A
point on.
direct assault on Jormag puts a lot of lives on the line. I think the Pact can tell you that may not be the best idea.
And he's going to whine some more.
The pact you commanded.
Oh,
Look,
God.
Jormag
Yeah,
is
I
my
command
foe,
it. I've
and
killed
I'll
2
deal with
dragons.
it
Shut
my
your
way,
hole.
With or without you.
Jormag isn't just your...
By the way, I've just high
What
graded.
happened to
I'm going to
Rox
do
when
the
you
2
rushed
laps
in
for the
and
stretch
patched
now.
something?
Oh, I forgot. Your calculated plans always work out perfectly. Like when you posed as a Svanir to get some potion.
Okay, can we back up? Timmy thinks there may be a
I'm
way
exhausted.
to pit Primordus and Jormag against each other without raising a single sword.
Bram's not
Tiny
interested.
thinks, huh? If the tooth chips, we have hard proof.
Hard proof of
Wow.
what? That you can battle a tooth?
So only you get to decide when we take down a dragon? Only you are allowed to kill them?
That's not what I'm saying.
Well, figure out what you're saying, because that's what it sounds like.
How about,
I'm only
at no
asking you
point
to
do we
wait.
ever get to
Maybe
tell
just a few
Bram,
days.
ever in the whole
See if Timmy
game,
can do
that
this.
he's an idiot, that he's
could be
endangering
no
other
need to
people's
put lives
lives
at
and his
risk.
own, which I don't care
With
about,
every
but
moment
he's
we
endangering
wait,
other
someone
people's
else's
lives.
mother dies. I won't give Jormag a few days. I won't give Jormag a few minutes.
The Norn elders told me the legend of the tooth. But I've also been out in the world and faced 2 of these things. One with you. They're not to be taken lightly.
You think I take it? You know what, Commander? I'm glad you didn't join Destiny's Edge. My mother wouldn't want you in there. I'm headed back
Yeah,
to
well, my
Bitterfrost.
father can beat your father up,
to me.
Bram. Oh my God, he's so insufferable. Nah.
So...
Go ahead. He certainly doesn't want to be around me right now.
do you think he'll do it?
No, I don't
I
know.
hope cooler heads prevail. He has to see.
And of
his
course, in the
physical
end, he
window.
doesn't really even suffer at any time. Wow. Take a big aim there on a fucking tooth the size of a car. Whoop-de-doo. Whoop-de-doo. Oh, 10 winter berries. I have 782.
What's next?
I have 792.
You can never have too much treasure.
Ooh, vials of potent blood. Vials of powerful blood. These are selling for like 40 silver a pop. I know because this is going to give me 10 of them, and I need 90 more. We'll exit. Stage right. And now, Living World Season 3. Continue the story. The head of the snack. Alright, so for the head of the snack. Seasons of the Dragons. Returning to Lake Doric, I need to defeat the Harathi High Sage and the massive earth elemental it summons. I think the same ones you faced as a human in the tutorial. In the first tutorial. Ended up buying one of those contract boards from the gem store. You need so many of those. I can understand why. Yeah. I have got 2 pieces of open world legendary armor complete. I have most of the mats for the 3rd piece, but I have 2 more maps I need to get. I have to light all the lanterns for. One of them I need about 30, the other I need all of them. I did one the other night that I needed 34, and that took like about 45 minutes or an hour of
An
pain.
invitation from the Queen herself.
Ooh, Queen Jenna.
Timmy, do you read me?
Timmy, do you read me?
I'm here, Commander. Oh, I must have nodded off there for a second.
I'm headed to
Well, I
Divinity's
didn't
Reach
have
to
one
meet the
until I've
Queen,
been playing
but
for, I don't know, 6
have you
years?
heard from Bram?
Maybe? Maybe even 7?
No, sorry. Rox got word through, though. Apparently she talked some sense into him. He formed an
I
exploratory
have
committee.
6
let's say.
runes, 2 sigils,
They're making their way up
Twilight,
to Twilight as we speak, to
the
see what
relic,
kind of damage they can do
and
before
2 pieces of
mobilizing a
armor.
larger force. I'm worried about him, Commander. He's calling this group Destiny's Edge.
I don't suppose Ritlock or Kate had any say in that.
No. I don't want to lose him to Jormag. And if we're right about its weakness, he won't stand a chance.
Why I
How
need
are
to
we
finish
doing
this
on that front?
these achieves here in
I
Seasons
have
of the
an
Dragons
idea. A great idea.
is it
Well,
rewards
brilliant,
another
really.
legendary. It rewards a
But I need
legendary
to complete
amulet.
the experiment with the samples,
And
then
so
reach
that
out to some
would
contacts
be
to see if
for
I can get what I need for
all
the
38
aforementioned
characters
brilliant
on this
idea.
account. Very slowly working
I'll
towards a
keep you
few, but
posted.
not
Anyway,
looking
say hi to
forward to
the
the
Queen for
Chalice
me.
of Tears.
Do you know her?
I have a very strong suggestion for the
I
Chalice of
feel
Tears.
like I do after all the
If
gossip
I can
rags
do
I've
it,
read. Do you know she doesn't wear shoes?
the prototype
Theater
position
food, now that I told you
rewinder.
that.
You're a huge help.
If
as
you're not
always.
familiar with it,
Get some rest.
I'll show you.
Bye.
Let's see. So, this is the prototype position rewinder. I use it. Changes my hotbar. I mark my location with the 1 button. Oh, look, I'm falling. I'm gliding. I wish I was back where I was. I hit the 2 button. Boop, and I am. That you can use it every 30 seconds. So you're going to fall a lot in the Chalice of Tears. Guaranteed. But this makes it so much easier. This is purchasable for the map currency. Oh, you have it? You just lose impatience? I would suggest also going through, having a video queued up if you've got on a second monitor, and using that to guide you. It took me, I don't know, maybe an hour and a quarter, hour and a half. But if I can do it, you can do it. Where are we off to? Oh my. The Queen wants to talk to me. Oh, very nice. I'll have to dress up special for the Queen, you know. Of course I will. You have to go in with the mindset for Chalice of Tears that it's going to take a while. Now, you could get lucky. Sometimes you have what amounts to a mesmer train there, where a bunch of mesmers are basically allowing people to port from point to point to point to point. I didn't get that. I did it the only slightly cheating way by using the prototype position reminder. I do not think I need the Svanir disguise helm anymore. Yeah, so I can throw that away. Mesmer is how you did the one in Siren's Landing. I actually liked the one in Siren's Landing. That one was interesting and fun. Again, because I had the rewinder, it was fun. Without the rewinder, it would not have been fun. And 3 clumps of frostbitten suet, about which my only reaction can possibly be, ew! Alright. I do want to check. Is it Y? It is Y. So if we go to Living World Season 3, Lake Doric. Nope, nobody's running nothing out there. And we're going to talk with the Queen. She doesn't wear any shoes, you know. The rumor is that she found Logan Thackeray sniffing her shoes and decided that she never, ever wanted to wear shoes again.
There you are. The illustrious leader of Dragon's Watch. Welcome.
I appreciate the sentiment, Your Majesty, but I feel like I haven't been much of a leader lately. I don't know how you do it. You have a whole kingdom to worry about while I can't even manage to keep a handful of people driving toward one.
Yes, but one of those people is Bram, so that doesn't count.
It's a trying task, but to be honest, sometimes I envy what must be the simplicity of your life. This place is all politics and subtext.
I don't like jumping puzzles. I'm stubborn though, so I'll eventually get it done. Until then, I'll work on other leggies.
You just
I'm not a fan generally of them either, but I admired the craftsmanship and the degree of challenge for the one in Siren's Landing was workable.
I believe a white
it didn't
mantle
feel
attack is imminent and must take certain actions
cursed,
here in
unlike
Reach to
Chalice of
ensure
Tears,
safety.
which feels cursed.
The fact that you're not really describing these actions makes me think they might be a little unorthodox.
Also, if you haven't picked up any of the legendary starter kits,
What do you think of this garden, Commander?
yeah, assuming you own Secrets of the Obscure, those have
And to
like a
preserve such
really
a
big
marvel
chunk of the
requires
necessary
constant maintenance.
stuff to make
Sometimes
a
weeds
legendary
creep in,
weapon.
And sometimes you must eradicate them.
They'll
lest your garden
vastly
become unkempt.
reduce
I
the
see.
expense and work required.
I've called the ministers here under the
You
auspices
get the
of
precursor,
reassuring gathering.
you get the gift of that
But I
weapon
really
that
need
you're
to
looking
deliver
for,
what
you get
some
it
will
either the
consider
gift of magic or the
shocking
gift of
news.
might.
Your presence here will
For
go a
me,
long
the
way
hard
to
part
these
would be
minds.
getting the gifts
please,
of battle. You
mingle.
need a gift of battle for
And
each, and that's
also,
World v World.
Keep an eye out. Any evidence
I've gotten
of white
one
mantle
because I
meddling
have
you
Twilight,
find
as you can
would
see on
only
my
support
back.
my actions.
And I'm
I'll
about
do some
90% done
digging.
with the second, but
And, Your Majesty,
I
you
need
missed a
another
weed here.
gift of battle to make each legendary weapon. I could probably make a couple of them
That
pretty
looks
quick
like one.
if I
But
had
it's
the
actually the Cretan
gifts of battle.
spiderwort. It'll bloom soon, and its petals give you the most luscious dyes. It's my favorite flower. It hides its true potential from most, and then blossoms into something great. Happy hunting, Commander.
What am I doing? Mingling with the losers. All right. I mean the people. Fine. Ministry. Minister we. Any reason to distrust? I don't have any of those options. I chose dignity for this character. Must be difficult here after your daughter's treason. Wow, either way, I'm rubbing their daughter's name face in it. You do, and you have. The list of legis you can do is growing every 3 months. You're also working on Verderak, and just got enough masteries to finish it. Don't have all the mats, so well, you're making really good progress. Then. It is my duty as minister to represent my people. The queen has been. Hey, that is a handsome, distinguished-looking man. Except for the hair on the head, I think ruins the effect. Don't you agree? Your association with Valette raises suspicions about your allegiances. The queen has no reason to be concerned, and neither do you. My wife and I have always worked for the betterment of Kryta. That was really fucking rude of me. Yeah, well, your daughter's a traitor. Why shouldn't you be a traitor, too? Yesterday you got a precursor rifle as a random drop. I've never gotten a precursor. Almost, between the two accounts, getting close to 5,000 hours in the game. No precursors. Well, I bought one. I'm honored. Looks like you've got plenty of support from the Ministry Guard. Indeed, a lot of Ministry Guards here. There's a meeting in the Ministry, so I suppose that makes sense. On edge? How? The Shining Blade takes an oath to protect the throne and Kryta above all. The Ministry Guards, however, pledge their allegiance to the Legate Minister, to Codicus. Do you think any of the Ministry Guards still hold allegiance to that traitor? Spoiler, yes. I have more questions. You seen any suspicious snow? Is there someone you're particularly suspicious of? I'd rather not point a finger. I respect your decision, but I could really use your insight. That's a dignity. I'm very dignitious? Dignitastic? Well, I'm surprised to see Stella is still a part of the Ministry after she was caught lying about official matters. I know the Queen pardoned her. Well, I just can't trust her, not again. Good point. That's an excellent point. Oh, it's Lord Fairy. Ah, Commander, what a pleasure.
They outnumber us at least 3 to 1. More like a militia.
Luck in Guild Wars 2 been pretty good. Got the Halloween infusion on the second day. Never. Nice. I ever played your first Halloween event? That's very nice.
Well, we should do our best to keep up appearances.
I don't have any rare infusions. I've got a couple of infusions. I got one of the sort of, I think it, I'm not sure if it's an infusion. One of the rarer drops one of the rarer jewelry drops out of one of them. That's worth like 100, 150 gold, something like that. Still sitting in my bank because I'm me and I can't decide what to do with it. I paid for the Griffin. Yeah, there you go. For me,
that didn't sound good.
Stupid piece of junk. This is unbelievable.
I spent years, even when I wasn't playing, logging in every day. And logging in every day, when you received a reward every day in a series of 28 rewards, just logging in like clockwork every day, really added up. And since then, I just play a lot, so.
Oh, bother, not again.
What happened? The White Mantle?
Calm down, calm down. Third time this week this old guy's gone down. I have to manually enter manifest data when he's offline. Would you mind getting him up and running while
He seems
I
to
keep
be
the
on
case
fire.
Sure.
What a sport. And do be quick about it. My hand cramps easily.
Yeah, well.
This is an odd method of repair.
He can be a bit finicky, but the fix-it interface, or fixterface,
Ooh, fixterface. That's quite a name. I'd like to fixterface on
Do
you.
you think that'll catch on? I was also toying with combining display and repair into disrepair. Oh, my. Never said that aloud.
Okay. It's not doing anything. I mean, I have buttons.
No. You can't repair him until you break him out of his malfunctioning loop.
Okay.
Listen, the fixture face has 3 main functions, each specifically designed to counteract the golem's bugs. Their features. Use the correct function to counteract
Right,
his
so
current
blue
state.
turns out,
Do it
puts
enough
out the
and
fire.
it'll break him out of his malfunctioning loop.
Okay, he's on fire. I put him off. So now do we wait for the next? Try our luck? He's burning again. He's cold. Burning. Cold. Electrical. Cold. Burning. On fire. Cold. Electrical. Am I supposed to match it? No. Okay, I thought matching would bump me back. Okay.
You know what? You probably have more important things to do.
Yes, I do.
I'll take it from here.
Ah, well. By the way, I found this part, but I didn't know where it went. Looks a little like...
I've never seen that before. I don't know what it is, but it's not part of this golem.
That was why I was breaking.
Hey, Timey.
Hey, Timey.
Hold on! Okay, I'm here. What's up?
Is the communication device you gave me one of a kind?
Probably not. I mean, mine is by far the best and most advanced, but
Of course it
there
is.
are others out there. Wait, why do you ask?
I found a device that looks a lot like the communicator. If it was planted here by the White Mantle, they could be listening in. I'm guessing it isn't the only one.
Oh, if you want, I can use your communicator to send out a high-frequency ping that'll help you find any others in your area.
Let's do that. I'll get what I can and show the Queen.
Oh, be sure to let her know I helped.
Alright, it's in that direction.
I'm surprised the Wee family has the guts to show their faces after what their daughter has done.
Oh, don't be cruel. Minister Wee wouldn't abandon his duties.
Yes, but treason against the Queen. That's a lot of shame to bear.
It is, but we do well to ignore Valet's mistakes and recognize his commitment to the position.
It seems strange for the commander to be attending a ministry meeting, doesn't it?
The Queen has her reasons, I'm sure. The extra security
Cold,
is a
and
bit
this is
worrisome,
warm.
It is. And still no sign of Logan Thackeray.
It's
It's
warm.
unnatural
Oh,
to see the Queen wandering around without him lately.
Uh-huh.
The devices have a security system. Suspicious.
Suspicious. Wow, I'm a brainiac, aren't I? Oh, they have a security system. That's really expected. Question the remaining people. Oh, okay, well, it's blue in that direction, so we're cold. Warm. Hot. What do you think? Another veteran security spar. Two. Cold. Getting warmer. Oop. Warm.
This seems like enough to back up whatever the Queen's about to do. I should give these to her.
But I also have to... well, I'm supposed to talk to 5 other people, but I guess not. Guess I didn't have to do both. Queen Jenna, or Quenna.
Commander, I was just trying to reassure the Wees here. It's a stressful time for them. Well, not just them, for everyone.
Yeah, don't worry. I called them out as traitors earlier.
That our daughter
is on the wrong side of this.
Have you heard from
You have to talk to them before. Yeah, that's what I figured it was.
We
Presumably
haven't
for
heard
an
from
achieve.
That doesn't mean we won't. She's a good girl, Commander. Just a little lost. She'll find her way home. We only want to hear her play the violin again.
No, that's not
We
all
all
you
do,
want.
Minister.
May we speak a moment, Your Majesty?
Of course.
Pardon us.
Go away. Go away. It's... Never mind. Quina, where are we going? Or Quina?
I found these
I like
listening
Quina
devices
better.
around the courtyard. They could be White Mantle.
Thank you, Commander. I needed evidence like this to support my stance. It appears this is an opportune time, then. Allow me to excuse myself. I have a speech to give.
Let's see. Meet Queen Jen. We've got green arrows and a green circle. Okay, the green arrows mean that this is the DC universe, not the Marvel universe, right? Green circle, I'm not sure who that is.
Ministers and members of the royal court. For years, we've had a fester inside the kingdom.
Uncle Fester?
A creeping undertow that sucked some of our friends and family into its darkness. Now, with Confessor Codicus at the White Mantle's
If
helm,
memory serves, you were one
the
short.
seething conflict will soon come to a head. As we are
I
poised to be
sometimes
smashed
chase
between
achieves,
two
but
rising
very,
elder
very
dragons.
seldom
We cannot
in
stand for a
storyline
threat
content.
from within. For this reason, I'm hereby
Because
suspending the
I think
ministry
a
until
few
the
of them
danger has
are
passed.
absolutely
Some of
impossible
you
if you're
will
playing solo.
understand it's
At
for
least
your
if you're playing
safety.
solo and you're
Others
me.
will understand that I have trapped them here, far from the White Mantle's network.
You cannot! I won't be treated like a common Doliac, herded into a pen and kept as livestock!
You forgot about the slaughter part.
You claim this will keep us safe. From what? Who will keep us safe from you, I say?
Good minister, this measure is temporary, I assure you. Only until the kingdom is safe from attack and the traitors in our midst have revealed themselves.
I gotta say, I'm kind of with the
commander
minister.
has already
There is no
verified.
attack. This is an autocrat's ploy. Fellow ministers, this is a moment in life, a rare moment where you will look back one day and say, I made a stand.
He's just minister,
or I
is
did
his name.
nothing. Do you silently let the queen capture your voice and the voice of the people? Or do you make enough noise that the six gods themselves hear us
The
say,
six gods
"Nay"?
left the
When
left the
my
planet, dude.
grandfather-
We're slow on getting to understand games. I've been playing since late 22 and only now begin to understand how to play properly. Yeah, it took me years. About four years ago or so, there was a series of videos Wooden Potatoes did that changed how I played the game and increased my enjoyment of the game immensely. Right here, you were seeing that Queen Jenna is the baddest ass mesmer in the world, as she's holding up a big shield across the whole freaking city. So lost during this part you're playing? It's very easy to get lost because a fair amount of the time you spend looking up here for answers, reasons, things you're supposed to do, and there's nothing there.
No! Minister Arton!
Your Majesty, we have to get you to safety.
We need to secure the ministers. The loyal ones, at least.
I'll try to take care of them, but you're my priority. Strong.
God, these fucking knockbacks and shit. In lieu of making something interesting, they make it just annoying.
Right on.
Ministry guards should have been disbanded when Codicus was proven to be a traitor. I will repeat my oft said over the last couple weeks opinion that storyline stuff needs to be easy.
Refreshing.
Everyone needs to be able to do the storyline stuff so they can get on to the next part of the storyline. What it needs is multiple difficulties with different rewards to encourage people to play it multiple times, to get better, to get rewards.
More white mantle incoming.
Okay.
Stand your ground.
Captain should be.
I feel strong.
Carry on without me.
Refreshing.
Alright. Come on, Queenie. Where are we going? Protect Queen Jenna, Western Defensive Barrier.
Great. Another mesmer.
Huge freaking ground effects. CC, everything I have been complaining about over the course of the last several weeks. Where did he go?
One barrier left.
Good. Then to the throne room. We can easily defend it.
The last one is just outside there.
I'm certainly not helped by the fact that I've never spent the time to change my keybinds, and oh, I'm going to kill him anyway.
Did you see that?
To change my keybinds, and where are we off to? Oh, throne room. Sure, throne room. But I'll res the Ministry Guard, you know. And we're going to kill this cleric. Minister Estelle standing there suspiciously.
Let's clean up this white mantle scum.
Yes, let's clean up this white mantle scum.
Stand your
Carry
ground.
on without me.
Carry on without you. Okay. No shortage of white mantle over here.
Strong. Stand your ground. Kill them all. Head to the throne room.
Head to the chopper. Sorry. Oh, Queen Jenna's on fire. Where's Logan? He could use his tears to put out the fire.
Strong.
I'm going to take a moment to res a couple more guards. Because I can.
It's easy when you know how.
Upper City Security Chief completed. Well, there's an achievement for a point. I'm getting close to, what, 19,500? Yep, 93 away. All right.
This is the last one.
Quenna? You know, she has got the purple
Jenna.
sphere up there.
That's enough.
It is
Fellow
Estelle.
ministers, join me and help the white
Oh,
mantle
and I'm
win Kryta
completely
of this
CC'd
illegitimate
again.
ruler, or stand by her side and be judged by my fire.
Estelle, what a surprise. Who could have seen this coming? You? Maybe you.
So she's using her Finger of Death spell.
You? And you, my friend? Were you surprised?
Get back here, you! I hate to break it to you, but I won't run as easily. I was honored when Cauticus tapped me for the job of regicide, and I will see it to its bloody end.
Thogan Lackery.
Logan!
Captain Thackeray, beyond brave as always, but I need you leading the defense of the city. I'll handle this bloated tick.
Nice insult.
You can't move.
Bloated
this
tick.
hand-strung doormat is your only hope, and I'm about to kill him just to put him out of his love-sick misery.
Okay, I'm kind of with her on that one.
Estelle!
What? The whole ministry knew it.
You'll regret that slight.
I'm back.
Damn you!
Kill them all! Oh! That had to hurt. I feel strong. Stand your ground.
Oh, that's fun. Lots of knockdowns for me there. Oh, good, and I jumped into right as they bumped her out.
Kill them all.
Sorry, Estelle. Not actually sorry, by the way.
That's the last of them, then.
You do all the killing, and
now.
Logan is the brave one. Yeah.
That was an impressive show, Your Majesty.
It was. How'd you like smashing things to solve your problems?
I never want to take up arms against one of my subjects, but I think I might be quite suited for your lifestyle.
I'll
You'll
save
have
you
to
a
wear
spot in Dragon's
shoes.
Watch if you ever decide to step down.
Very kind. Now, what's the situation outside the city?
The White Mantle Army is making a push from the lake.
Oh,
We don't know
Logan,
the
all
full extent of
bandaged
the
up.
numbers. I'm headed down to set up a command tent at Dork's Landing.
It's good to see you on your feet
Dork's
again.
Landing?
I'll meet you there.
I'll meet you there.
Great. We could use the help.
The Dork
Talk to Lieutenant
at
Forbes
Dork's
in the plaza
Landing.
of Lissa. I'll make sure you're granted access to the battlefield.
Oh, Doric. I'm
Please don't slow
sorry.
your recovery
I
by
could have
doing
sworn it
something
was
like getting
Dork.
yourself killed. Commander, thank you. And watch out for the weeds.
Watch out for the weeds.
Finished with that.
Finished with that. I like just short. I am 2,407 points from my next spirit shard. Karma. Chameleon. Ooh, nice. A third die. Thogan Lackery, what do you got? I'm happy. How you feeling? Good to see you. Blah, 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 blah. Logan isn't bad. He's just vanilla ice cream without the vanilla. Bland. Speak with Lieutenant Flores and gain entry to Lake Doric. All the way over there. I'm not having anything that... I should be able to... Jet power! Hi, Lieutenant. I can now enter Lake Doric. It doesn't look as bad as it does in that picture.
Glad you're here, Commander. We could use your help.
Of course you could. Speak with Logan Thackeray in his command tent. Ooh, he has a command tent.
We could use an extra pair of hands to deliver these rations to soldiers around the base. If you find other ration crates scattered around the ships,
Excuse me. God damn.
You can drop them off here too.
Hi, Thogan.
Welcome to Lake Doric, Commander. What's left of it. The locks alone will take years to rebuild. But that worry can wait. Right now, our focus is repelling the siege and saving as many lives as we can.
And once that's through,
and
we
for
crush
me,
Caracas into a fine paste.
I don't believe we've been introduced.
Turns out the Char hate Codicus just as much as we do. This is Legionnaire Nelia Steelpaw. She's volunteered her troops to help us.
The White Mantle can't be allowed to ruin everything our races have built together. This is our fight too.
Tracing that one. We want revenge.
Back to
of
the
the
matter
High
at hand.
Sage.
There are a few key areas around Lake Doric we need eyes on. Spies have infiltrated our ranks, but I trust you beyond any doubt. So the task is yours.
Really? Because I killed 2 dragons, you trust me. Ha ha!
Word from Seraph
My
suggesting
evil plans have been
incursions throughout Lake
forwarded.
Doric. But for the moment, our intelligence is spotty at best.
Have
Come
been
take a look at
made
the map,
better.
and I'll tell you what we know.
Because I sacrificed 2 dragons to get the trust of Logan Thackeray. Mwahaha. Map of Lake Doric.
We've received reports of survivors in the forest up north, Sadra's Haven to the east, and New Loamhurst to the southeast.
Thanks. I can't escape out of it? Oh, the pain.
We have troops at the Lakeside Bazaar looking after our supply lines, but I'd like you to check in on the lines as well.
I'd like
We
you to
can't
take a
allow any
flying
further
leap.
devastation of this region. If you see anything else of interest, please include it in your report. Before you begin your reconnaissance, there's a Shining Blade agent south of here who wants a word with you.
I'd like a word with you, too. The word is a profane
His name's
one.
Calden. He says he has something that'll
It's
help us win this
obscene,
war.
vulgar, and profane. On the positive side, yay, ley line flying doesn't quite work very well. What I need is for the bloody High Sage event to be starting up anytime now. Sooner would be better. Memory serves, he's way up here in the far northeast corner. I don't know if that's triggerable or not, or if that's scheduled or not. I can find out about the scheduled part. Give me a sec. Hard Thorns, Emerald Season 3, Lake Doric. I don't think either of those is actually the event I need to work. There's 2 that are scheduled. White Mantle control of New Loamhurst and White Mantle control of Sadra's Haven, and neither of those is what I need. So, under what circumstances do the centaurs act up? Because that's what I need. Nope, another player over there. Note, that's a whole lot of veteran centaurs. Are they actually going somewhere? There's a pack delay. No, they're just apparently just riding around willy-nilly. The High Sage. There was a previous time where I tried waiting this out to see if it would start, and it never did. I don't know if there is a catalyzing event. I don't think there is, because I think if there was, I would have checked on the wiki and found out what it is. Revenge of the High Sage. I'm going to give it a quick look. Revenge of the High Sage. Defeat the Harathi High Sage. Event. Defeat the massive Earth Elemental to stop. Combat abilities. No, it doesn't look like there's any way of initiating it. You just have to catch the event. I'm guessing. I don't know that for a fact. They're shooting at me. Guys, why are they shooting at me? Oh, I know. It's simple. They can't ride sky scales. They're jealous. That's understandable, really. So I guess you just have to get lucky and the event starts. I mean, there's another player over here. He might just be sitting there waiting for that event as well. I have no idea. So, well, we will continue the storyline stuff then, I suppose. You can see Jenna's big sphere protecting Divinity's Reach around. Sorry, Divinity's Reach. I can't help it. It's just... It's a joke that's just sitting there waiting for me. How could I possibly say no? I mean, other than actually saying no. Which, let's face it, that's just not like me. Alright. Back on the Beetle. Pardon me, excuse me, pardon me. I ran into a fence. Exemplar Calden?
Ah, Commander.
Yes.
Captain Thackeray said he'd be sending you my way. I'm Exemplar Calden.
Mm-hmm.
As you're aware, the Shining Blade has been fighting the Mersat for a long, long time.
Yep.
Studying them too.
Mm-hmm.
And we've recently made a breakthrough that might help us turn the tables on the White Mantle.
We can use all the help we can get.
An unwashable, not white
Being
dye.
that this isn't your first run-in
We
with
splash
Jade
their clothing in it
constructs,
and they can't dye
I'm
them
sure
white
you're
anymore and they're
familiar
done.
with Spectral Agony?
Yes. I've had the pleasure of having my insides torn apart by that particular magic.
The Mersat's ability to phase between our world and the Mists allows them to tap into magics unobtainable in the mortal realm. Spectral Agony is the pinnacle of this ability, and we think we've found a way to harness a form of it for our own use.
You've reproduced the powers of the Mersat?
Yes. Well, in a sense. With some limitations. You see, unlike a Mersat or their constructs, you can't phase between our world and the Mists at will. But while close to death, you've already got one foot in the Mists. At death's door, as they say. Using remnants of Jade constructs, I fashioned a signet that allows you to cast Spectral Agony when you're near death.
I try to make it a habit to avoid those almost dead moments.
Despite
but
Amy's
this does sound
best
intriguing.
efforts.
But I'll warn you, the longer you tap into this power, the more it will pull you into the next world. Use it wisely, once you've had a chance to familiarize yourself with the signet. Come see me if you'd like an advanced demonstration.
Want to see it now?
I've trained to use this signet of yours.
Not really.
And I'm ready for a demonstration.
Well, maybe.
Ah, excellent. To demonstrate this, I'm going to need to hit you. Hard.
I want you to hit
Brace
me
yourself.
as hard as you can.
The longer you channel energy through the signet, the wider your range, but the more damage you'll endure. Channel it until you've enveloped the dummies. Splendid. Now we're fighting fire with fire. If you ever have any other questions, be sure to see me.
Nope. I have absolutely no questions. What was your name again? Who were you? I need to scout places.
Where's the White Mountain?
Such a small fishing village.
My own sound effects
I hope
there.
the families are able to recover from this.
Might not recognize that because I'm sure it sounded like professional quality Foley art. Right up until I, ran into the fence there. That wasn't my fault. The fence jumped up in front of me.
Can't just... Oh, damn it.
Oh, I'm supposed to do something here. Investigate the racket in the bazaar. What's all this then?
It's the commander. Come to complicate my
Sin
day
Versailles
even further,
again.
have you?
Logan asked
paper
me to check in on the
dealer.
sheriff's operations here. What's going on? I heard a commotion earlier.
Oh, that was nothing. Just a little raw, seething frustration I needed to let loose. I'll be fine. I've been tapped as the civilian envoy for the Sheriff's supply line operations here. Keeping pace with them is challenging. But someone's got to build a crown for all these resources once the war's over. Every last item will be accounted for.
I'm sure it will.
Very patriotic of you. Looks like things are running smoothly around here, though.
The Seraph is a well-oiled machine when push comes to shove. They didn't waste a moment once the attack was sprung. The bazaar is probably the most secure location in Lake Doric. I doubt the White Mantle will have much luck seizing it. That's not to say there isn't lots of work to be done if you want to chip in. As you may have noticed, I only have 2 hands.
Maybe later.
Get these
I'm
monsters
on
away
orders
from
from Thackeray to recon the rest of Lake Doric before we plan our next move.
Very well. Tell the captain that his supply lines are well looked after. And watch your back out there.
He was kind of a dick when you meet him in the, Human Storyline. Can't remember under exactly what circumstances. You have to escort him from one place to another. Ooh, let's get the waypoint. Always get the waypoints, boys and girls. Let this be a lesson to you. Actually, that may be the only lesson I can give you that's actually useful. I'm not a role model. Oh, nope, hit a tree. Coming through.
Haven's been taken over by White Mantle.
Yeah, sure
We'll need a
has.
coordinated assault to retake it.
Excuse me,
I'll make
gotta
a
go.
note for Logan.
Pardon me, guys. I hit a wall again. And I hit a boat. That wasn't a sentence I expected I would be saying today, but there we are. I hit a boat. Somebody hit me with something. It was rude. Okay.
A house? All the way out here. At least it's well fortified.
Gather
Commander,
intelligence.
are you reading me?
Speak with the Logan
Go ahead,
Factory.
Tiny.
Okay.
Get ready for the dragon battle to end all dragon battles. A steamy wing fist to icy face jaw fight to the death. It's Jormag versus Primordus.
Am I to infer...
The experiment was a success, and I'm having the heart of Omad's machine delivered to Rada Novus. With it, I should be able to see the eternal alchemy and manipulate the dragon's energies to pit them against one another. Spencer's research is continuing to pay dividends.
I haven't had the best track record guiding members of this guild, so I'll say this as a word of caution. Scarlet.
Okay, A, I'm not a dragon minion, and B, the lives we'll save are worth the risk, and I think you might agree with that.
I do. Just be careful.
So we're...
What could go wrong? You know what? It feels like I shouldn't say that. I bet a ton of stuff can go wrong. Bye!
There are a lot of Harathi around, But not the event I need. I don't even know what the event I need looks like. I assume it starts up here, because this is where all the freaking Centaurs live. Back to Thogan Lackery. Alright. We'll go ahead and teleport you then. Rocket Beetle. I did a bunch of scouting. Do I get a cookie?
You're back and in one piece. I assume you have a report for us.
If you have the cookie.
The Seraph have the bazaar well secured, but the Mantle's making gains elsewhere in the region. Shadra's Haven is definitely a target. We should send some support that way.
I'll try to get a detachment out there as soon as possible. What else?
Pardon
the
the
White
yawn.
Mantle have taken an interest in New Loamhurst, as well as a heavily fortified house in the forest north of here.
If it's of interest to the enemy, it's of interest to us. I appreciate your efforts, Commander. Thanks to you, we're a little less blind.
I'm assuming he just wasn't given good writing to work with, because his voice work in SWTOR,
bolstering their eastern flanks
Star Wars
defenses.
Republic,
Worse yet,
was
there's
impeccable
some
with
sort of
Theron
magical
Shan.
storm forming over the fort.
Logan's
We
just
can't risk
boring
because
he's written that way.
There's supposed to be a Shining Blade agent stationed in that area. One well-versed in the art of sabotage. I think the two of you could do a lot of damage together. Go track down the agent. See if you can do something about the White Mantle who occupy that fort.
Oh, is that like sort of the stealth thing? Another 2,500 karma. I only have
you can never have too much treasure.
Bonk. That's the White Mantle. And bye, missed me. Lol. Sorry. I only use the word lol ironically, sarcastically.
Damn jade constructs. They hit like a stampeding centaur.
Careful now.
Funny you should say
What happened to
Stampeding
you?
Centaur, because I need the Centaur event, please.
I was undercover inside Fort Avinia when those filthy cultists took it during the surprise attack. They caught me inside trying to free Seraph prisoners. Took a hit from one of those jade bows while I was trying to escape. Then this storm appeared. Might be from the bloodstone shards they're storing in there.
Logan sent me to help deal with the White Mantle in the fort. What can I do?
You can help me finish my mission. There's still a number of Seraph prisoners inside that need assistance. There's also plenty of opportunities for intel gathering and good old-fashioned sabotage, if you can avoid detection. I can cloak you in a powerful veil that will give you the
I like
appearance of a
powerful
White
veils.
Mantle soldier. But there are some limits. The guides won't hold up to close scrutiny. So don't take any drastic action if any mantle are watching. Be careful inside. Especially around those jade constructs.
I will. Stay safe and out of sight. I'll return soon.
I'm invisible. I don't seem invisible. Oh, I'm not invisible. I just look like a White Mantle. Hey, they fixed my posture. Thank you. That whole hunched over thing, it was terrible for my back. Don't mind me, I'm a White Mantle. Don't mind me. Just a White Mantle. Gotta do things when no White Mantle is looking. Like, I don't know, poison the food cache, but I can't because I don't have the poison. I liberated him because I'm a good guy. I'm assuming I have to poison it. What are we doing? We got 5 each of battle plans and Seraph rescued. And then 3 acts of sabotage. Pardon me. Excuse me. Pardon me. Pardon me. Excuse me. Pardon-moi. That guy doesn't appear to be looking at me. I don't need sawgill mushrooms that bad. Anyone in here? If they were...
dead!
Oh. In present Seraph, we have the Elite Jade Armor. I'll let it take its good time and leave. Get him out. Grab the battle plans. Don't think there's anything I can do with the food cache right now. Maybe there's poison somewhere I can find. That would be useful. But we can go into the second fortress part, which is all pink and glowy. Nobody can see me. If I take the plans right then. Alright, we need 1 more of each. That's the plans. Sure. Why not? Extras. This is what makes a man a hero, you know. Acts of sabotage. Sabotage. What kind of acts of sabotage are we talking about here, huh? I can't do anything to the food that I'm aware of. We've got plenty of food caches. I just don't know what I'm supposed to do with them. Maybe grab some of the bloodstone? No, no. Nope, that wasn't the answer. Oh. Threat assessment? Baneberry poison. Oh, okay. It changed my hotbar again. I have to admit that I really... That's not a game mechanic I get any enjoyment out of. Basically, never. They changed the hotbar. They should really do something to really let you know. And so often, they're just not fun. In this particular case, not too bad. Alright. Shadow step to gain swiftness and assess if you're within visible range of a white man. Oh, okay, well I wasn't using that. I'm going to assume I'm not. I'm not. Poisoned? I'm not. Oh, it's still recharging. That should be. Return to the Shining Blade agent. All right. Not bad at all. That was pretty straightforward. I like it. Victory is mine. I've completed the mission. I don't say easy peasy, but kinda. Here you are.
The Seraph made it out, and the White Mantle are going to have a lot of cleanup.
Good work. Those
Shelving this
soldiers'
game down to the
families will be
obnoxious waste of
relieved to
time
see
they
them alive.
call events
Get
and
back to
nothing is
Captain
working.
Thackeray and report
Yeah,
the
what
good
event?
news.
I have to agree with
I'll
that. What
stay
event is it
and
you're trying?
coordinate future raids.
And I do understand the frustration.
You can never have too much treasure.
As much as I love the game, sometimes the game just absolutely drives me fucking crazy. Speak with Logan again. Do I have to? He's so boring. Gonna take another soiree. Soiree? No. Soiree's a party. What word am I trying to think of that my brain can no longer process correctly? Saunter? Maybe a saunter. That's as close as I can come. Over to see if we happen to have anything happening over here in the way of the event that I assume starts here, but I don't actually know that. No, nothing's going on there. Pretty nifty driving for me. Well, until I ran into the fence there. It was pretty nifty driving.
The scouts tell me the White Mantle leaders in Fort Avinia are in a scramble. I'm guessing we have you to thank for that.
I rescued some Seraph soldiers while I was inside. They may have overheard some intel while they were under guard.
We'll debrief them immediately. Good work, Commander. We're winning this war. We're almost ready to turn our attention to Cauticus. But before we act, we need to strengthen our hold on the region.
I like the sound of that. How can I help?
Got to see if I figure it out.
I need you on the front line supporting the Seraph's efforts.
The actor who was
do whatever you can to ensure our victory.
Understood. I'll do my part.
The Vampires vs.
Return to me when the
movie.
tide is turned.
The first one, the
and
big,
take care of yourself,
bald, black werewolf.
Will do. See you soon, Logan.
Now I have to check. Guild Wars 2 voice actors. F male Char. That's female. Lex Lang. Nope. Completely wrong. Utterly and completely wrong. Seraph Army Combat Readiness. What am I doing for this one? Don't see it anywhere. Complete events, defeat enemy troops, help the residents of Lake Doric and the Seraph prepare the final attack on Cauticus' manor. So, for instance, if I'm to kill guys.
This is my chance.
What kind of frick is that shit? Jesus.
Kill shot.
Carry on.
Where do you think you're going? Yeah, I don't think so, jerk. I love the infinite freaking blocks. Wow, this is giving me no fucking advancement at all on the heart. Not worth it in the least. Justice here. Justice here. There we go. Oh, I'm gonna look at it again. Took my eye off it. That's me.
Did you see that? Tell me you saw that.
This is my chance.
Crippled again. White Mantle forces remaining 49. Oh, awesome.
Kill shot. I feel strong.
There's enough of us around. We're doing enough damage. Shouldn't take too terribly long. Yeah, there's a number of people around doing it. Hello there. Season 3 taught you to hate mesmers? Yes. I just have a significant issue with some of the design tenets they have in Season 2 and 3. Where they have an enormous amount of ground effects and CC.
Curse you!
19 left. Ooh, Unbound Magic. Nom. Nom. Well, that was a spirit shard. Not going to say no. Yep, 2 as well. And I was... Well, actually, there was a lot of really unpleasant, unfun stuff in Living World Season 1. But I was cutting them slack when I was going through Season 1 because, hey, it was Living World Season 1. It was their first go at this sort of stuff. But by Season 2, a couple of those ridiculous fights, I'm no longer willing to cut them slack in later seasons. 2 and 3. Some of the individual story instances are just excruciating.
That is good.
And I'll repeat again my personal belief that storyline stuff needs to be freaking easy. And that was perfect. The person died as I charged them, and I went flying right over the edge.
Did you see that? Tell me you saw that.
And then you just you create it initially as difficult content, and then you do exactly what they've been doing in strike missions and stuff. They design them as the challenge modes, and then they make them unchallenge modes easier. And that's what the way all of the storyline stuff should be. I mean, imagine if you're someone who is extremely not good, not just run-of-the-mill not good like I used to be.
Pillage.
Or someone who has a disability, and so they can't play very well. Physically, they have a limitation.
This is most
Congratulations.
remarkable.
They can't play your game past a certain point. Yeah, it's just... I just don't think it's fair, and I know it's not fun. One suggestion I've seen a number of times that I would wholeheartedly approve of would be if they created, for instance, single-player versions of the dungeons. Because those are stories, most of which I've never experienced. I have no idea what happens in them. I think the only one I've ever done is the regular story mode on Ascalon Catacombs. Might have done one more at some point, but I'm not sure. trying to finish this heart off, but it doesn't appear to be enough dead bodies around for me to actually do that. Can I put out fires? Help restore life. Maybe I can put out fires if I can find any water. I mean, there's a whole lake over there. Started out with an elementalist, did all the base game with her. Lost count how many times you died to the mouth because your brain didn't grasp the mechanics. Over time, the mouth of Mordremoth has been severely power crept. It gets done in a couple of minutes now because the game's power crept so far. But yeah, I can't say I have an intimately good grip on how tough it used to be because I'm not sure I actually did it when it was really, really tough. So. Yeah, and there's too many times where, you know, we've got this information over here on the right-hand side, and they don't give you any actual information. I'm gathering fish. Fresh seafood. Perhaps I can turn this in and finish off the heart? Now, whom would I give the fish to? If I were giving the fish to someone, I would assume it would be the heart vendor, or the but the amount of time that it's actually not the heart vendor is another example where they just make things more difficult than they have to. What can I do to help? I have fish I could give to somebody if I knew who to give it to, but I don't. Cooks in Sadra's Haven. Or in Sadra's Haven. Where might I find a cook? Cook. Not marked on the map in any way.
Good to meet you.
That was not quite enough to get me the heart completion.
Tell me you saw them.
That's the heart completion there.
Help! The White Mantle are pillaging my ship! No way we can stay on schedule if they steal all the
It's
cargo.
another event.
Stop them!
At that point, you didn't have any of the living seasons, so you went to the Silver Wastes. Couldn't take a step without dying, so I went to Map Comp to get better. Then I leveled up a Necro and got all the rest done. Well, yeah, anytime, certainly in the earlier part of the game, from launch, there's a reason my most played character is a Guardian. Not the Elementalist that I played and enjoyed so much in beta. Because it was such a glass cannon.
There, you dropped some of my supplies. Grab it, put it back on my ship.
Is this going to give me progress? No. Jesus Christ. And I'm the only person here, so I don't think I can finish this one successfully. So I move on. Because doing the individual thing didn't give me any progress, so if I don't finish the event, I won't make any progress for the several minutes it'll take me to run it. Knocked me right off. That's always fun. What in the fuck? I'm holding down the goddamn spacebar and not going up.
You lose.
Gosh, yeah.
Killed everyone here. Can I actually damage this thing? No. Oh, I'm damaging the, doing some damage to the brake bar. Perhaps I can damage it once the brake bar is gone. Evidently, the answer to that is yes, I can, seemingly. Oh, more of them. You know, sometimes my frustrations, believe me not, Nox, I completely understand the frustrations in this game. Been having a lot of problems controlling the sky scale lately. I thought it was because I'm doing some old content to Quaddle. Might be something since you seem to be having problems too. I just wish they added the F1 function. If you have Secrets of the Obscure, anyway. Which turns on and off the ability to use ley line, to fly along ley lines. But there are two other things I want to be able to turn off if need be. One is the wall clinging. Most of the time the wall hugging is awesome, but a lot of times you're flying and all of a sudden you stick like that. I was not lined up. I mean, I don't think that's lined up with the tree. Nope, I didn't stick that time. Nor that time. Nor that time. But sometimes you stick. I want the ability to turn off the wall hugging. The other thing I want is the ability to turn off updrafts, because there are some places, particularly in Secrets of the Obscure, where the updrafts prevent you from doing stuff. Constantly pushing you up out of the way of the thing you're trying to do. And the ability to turn off just those two little bits would make the mount perfect at last. I don't think I realistically have any chance of saving that person. And frankly, I'm sure they're dead. No problem with the ley lines. They're having problems flying forward, for example. Hitting W and going backward or not flying higher, even when I was hitting the right key. Yeah, I was holding down the spacebar and not going up. Don't know why. Do not know answer. No events. I've never been a fan of storyline steps that consist of do some events. It's just lazy. Now, you don't have time to come up with events?
30%. Rerouting.
I don't know what to tell you. But do n many events as a story step is always a crap mechanic. Alright, the champion Bloodstone Mauler. I expect I will most likely die terribly here.
Stand your ground. Nice and neat.
Take that. Come here.
I'm going to try to res somebody if I can. No, they're down. I mean, they're dead, not downed. So that's a non-starter. Got him. Up. Nope. One of the explosions of the little things is going to kill me. I was fucking CC'd again. Always fun. not sure I even got any progress on the quest, the story quest. So, turning on your ley line flying doesn't work on this ley line completely. It boots you off at a point. They're going in. I'm going in. Fine. We're going in. I'm not even sure I know what this does. Counter certain magical effects. Whoops.
Did you see that? Tell me you saw that.
I still don't know what that does. Looked at it. Something to do with magical effects. I'm whacking it, and that knocks down the brake bar. Bad at troubleshooting games because you can assume the problem is happening on the piece of equipment between... Yes, PEBCAC. PEBCAC is the old IT term for that. Problem exists between keyboard and chair. And yeah, I know, it's hard to know when it's you and when it's not with this game. Because so many times you're given not enough information to actually know if it's you or not. I have no idea what the, well, in my case, the mouse 3, the special action key. No idea what it was doing there. None. Zero. And I mouse over it to read it, and it tells me it does something with magic. Does it knock down the shield around the big gun? Nope. What does it do? Dunno. I shouldn't have to go to the wiki for that kind of information. And I keep coming back over here because I assume this is where the event that I need spawns, but I don't know. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to call it an evening here rather than continue complaining to you guys, because you've done nothing to deserve that. Play with action camera. Yep, I play with action cam as well. Most of the time, when I'm solo playing. If I'm playing in any sort of group content, I do not. Oh, nice pops. But I'm going to call it here. I expect I should be back tomorrow at the usual time. 5 p.m. Pacific, 8 p.m. Eastern, middle of the night in Europe, early morning in Asia and Australia. With more Guild Wars 2. Back here in Lake Doric, I'm going to see if I can figure out under what circumstances that event that I need actually fucking starts. So at least I can see it, and then probably fail it. But at least see it, is my hope. We'll see if I have a great evening. I'm going to try. I've dropped in about 3 or 4 hours into Torchlight Infinite. I'll keep playing that. I also got beta access to Core Punk, or alpha access, actually. We'll see how that is. Knock on wood. Initially, I had pretty good hopes for it. The other information I've seen since, I'm not as sanguine about the chances, but we'll see. Anyway, I am going to call it here. I want to thank all of you guys, as always, for hanging out with me. I appreciate it very, very, very much. I am back tomorrow. I hope the rest of your Friday night is freaking great, and I insist that your weekend kick ass. I will expect comprehensive, exhaustive reports on my desk Monday morning. Have a great weekend. Take care, and ciao for now. Good night, guys.